Jackie was cheating with a fictional writer. It was supposed to be a simple Sunday dinner out of the house. Jackie was taking an early morning flight and would miss my 33rd birthday on Wednesday. She had hired a babysitter, a teenager named Sarah who lived a few houses down. It was Jackie who found a little Italian restaurant near the college campus for my birthday dinner. We had just been served after dinner drinks when a small group of ladies followed a man into the restaurant. He was wearing a black leather ivy driver's cap with a skinny salt and pepper ponytail that was mid-back length and a matching beard. He had a box of books under his left arm. One of the ladies in the group waved slightly at us. I asked, "Who is that?" "Amanda, she was one of my bridesmaids." "I wonder what she's doing here." "I can't believe you don't remember her, honey. I only have eyes for you." I smirked at Jackie. What a bunch of, I'm going to go see what's going on, so I sat there sipping my drink. I had a drink while Jackie cooled down. 5 minutes passed, then another 5 before I headed over to where they were gathered. Jackie didn't notice my presence. The sign-in sheet said Pierre, author of love novels. As it turned out, one of Jackie's favorites. She signed up for the fan email newsletter, but I didn't. I noticed that Jackie used a different email address, which was new to me anyway. That seemed weird to me. This dude turned on his charm. All the ladies were dainty flowers or beautiful. I couldn't believe it. Jackie had become my Gayed butterfly. My eyes rolled so hard because I wasn't interested and we needed to get home with the babysitter. I walked over to Jackie, tugging on her arm. "Right, it's time to go. We promised Sarah we'd be home by 8. You go, I'm enjoying the company. We came as a couple, we leave as a couple." With a sweep of the hand, as if dismissing a servant. "Just go, I'll hit a ride home." You know I'm a self. I gave Sarah $10 for a tip. I knew there'd be hell to pay for that as I made my way to the exit. I turned around and saw that those gathered were mimicking Jackie's movements, swatting away and giggling. Jackie was the center of attention. Well, if Jackie is a self, I'm a capable woman and I can handle the kids for a week. We promised them a trip to Orlando, so it was time to make that dream a reality. As soon as I could, I pulled over and made 3 reservations for Orlando. The kids and I were going on vacation, so I called ahead and asked Sarah to have the kids pack their wheeled suitcases with enough clothes for a week. I got some clothes for a week and stopped at the ATM to withdraw my daily limit. I made sure Sarah got home safely through a few doors further down the street. I loaded the suitcases into our SUV and buckled both kids in. I took one last walk around the house on the main level. We have 3 doors leading out of the house upstairs. We also have a patio outside our upstairs master bedroom. After locking the 3 doors with the latches, I turned off all the lights and made my way through the darkness into our master bedroom. I locked the bedroom door to the patio behind me. When I slid down the support beam, I ended up breaking the lattice that supported the close vines. There was no way to get into the house other than breaking a window or door. Jackie, I suppose I should have realized this, but maybe I'm wrong. The kids were all around me, trying to figure out where we were going and why Mom wasn't with us. I took the phones from the kids. Once we were in the landing zone, I turned off the GPS functions on mine and the kids' gadgets and then immediately turned them off. We landed around midnight but were getting settled in our room until 2 On Monday, they were both worked up, but the hot chocolate made them snore quickly. When we got back to the room, the kids were tired but excited. That's when I finally turned on my cell phone. Jackie's first voicemail came in at 11:48 p.m. On Sunday night. This book must have been really popular. "Riley, open the door. I know you're in there." The tone of the next few messages was getting nasty. The 12:38 p.m. message made me laugh. "Mr. Parsons, this is Officer Riggins. Your wife has made a scene outside your home. Please come to the door and talk to me, or you can call me back at this number." I didn't delete anything, just in case I wanted to call the officer back. 22 You're being unreasonable. The police just told me to find another place to stay. I need my laptop and presentation materials. Open the door now or I'll have no choice but to charge you for everything in the divorce. If she doesn't calm down, she's going to have a stroke. She's a self-sufficient grown-up. Right, she's definitely worried. I had at least a dozen calls to listen to and more text messages than I could count. That's when my phone started buzzing. It was Jackie. My first reaction was a bit hasty, but I should probably let her know the kids were okay. The more I thought about her words, the more I realized I didn't know this woman. Divorce just like that. I called the credit card companies. I also let them know our joint cards were missing. The resort has an ATM in the business center, so I snuck out for a few minutes and withdrew my daily maximum in cash. Jackie's parents left a polite message, so I texted them that the kids and I were on vacation and having a great time without Jackie. Just as I was about to listen to messages from Jackie on Monday, I found out that her work the other trip was a complete disaster, and she said it was all my fault. She mentioned the divorce again, which bothered me, but I was exhausted, so I didn't lose any sleep over it. On Tuesday, we bought 3. The day passes to Disneyland didn't mean much to me. On Thursday morning, my ATM card stopped working. Things were getting interesting. I still had my Amex work card and a few days of cash withdrawals, so the kids and I had enough resources to get home by Sunday evening. We were ready to head home. My oldest said something that shocked me. He said it was really fun, Daddy, especially without Mummy. I don't think she likes us now. She must be under a lot of pressure at work. That's all I could think of at that moment. We found the house empty when we arrived on Monday. That afternoon, I don't know how, but the latch on the front door was no longer locked. Jackie found a way to get inside. Upon further inspection, it appeared that the latch on the back door had been ripped off. The kids were exhausted, so I sent them out for a nap while I unloaded the SUV. That's when the flower delivery truck stopped in front of our house. A young lady handed me a vase, mumbling something about having a good day. The card was addressed to Jackie. I forgot to thank you for warning me about Pierre signing books. It ended at 9. I got a bit carried away with it. We should have lunch or dinner sometime, Amanda. It took a few minutes for it to sink in. I think it'll be tough for Jackie to cope. I've packed the SUV with my valuables, clothes and work-rated items. I've also packed all of Jackie's love novels. I'll look for clues in them later. When I logged onto my bank's website, I saw that our current and savings accounts were locked. At least the money was still there. I discovered our brokerage accounts were unlocked and changed them immediately. I gave the kids a quick hug and kiss and told them I was on a 2-week business trip. Jackie's eyes were fixed on me as I smiled, which annoyed her even more. I'd love to stay, but I have I'm on a business trip, so the kids are yours for now. See you when I get back. I can't do that. I have a business trip of my own on Wednesday. I didn't quite hear Jackie's entire rant after parking the SUV at the airport. I took the bus back to the city. My days were spent working for the company and researching divorce laws in our state. At best, I could expect every other weekend, and every other major holiday. The holidays would alternate every year, Christmas one year, Thanksgiving the next. Maintenance isn't that a friendly word? I was probably a little against that since I was earning more, and child support was being calculated. I can certainly understand why some people thought it was cheaper to keep it. The calls and texts had largely dried up. Jackie seems to have. I decided on a strategy: if you do enough digging, you can find out anything. I found out that Jackie had actually filed for divorce. It was only a matter of time before I got served. This was a game changer. I made an appointment with a divorce attorney who handled paternal custody matters. I wanted kids and would do almost anything to get them. My research told me I was screwed, but I was determined to try. I decided to look through Jackie's love affairs. 3 of Lacroix's novels were signed by Pierre, including one on the night of my birthday dinner. I researched where Lacroix had signed the books to determine where Jackie had traveled. Was it an affair or just some strange infatuation? I just love the video feature on cell phones. The processing server sent a 1-minute video showing the moment Jackie was served the divorce papers. The video shows the moment Jackie was served with the divorce papers. They were served at work in front of her colleagues. Just saying that workers lost their composure doesn't do her performance justice. Her ranting and raving eventually caught the attention of the manager, who sent her home. As soon as I arrived, I was handed Jackie's divorce papers. The first rounds of the game were predictable. I could have spent over the weekend with the kids. It was clear that Jackie was already influencing them in a negative way. How could a couple who seemed so loving go off the rails so easily? About 2 months later, the divorce was postponed after Jackie was arrested for assault. She made a scene at a book signing event, and I was in the gallery when her case was tried to a jury. The prosecutor was tough and presented individual emails, reading each one aloud. Jackie's moans of longing grew louder each time from the gallery. "Hey Jackie, I just wanted to say sorry for getting mad at you at the gallery. I really enjoyed our time together on Sunday. Could I call you? I've set up a new email address just for us." My press secretary responds to fan emails. "I told you the other night what we did was a mistake. I shouldn't have done it. I need to forget it ever happened. I was really loud though, so my father nudged me with his elbow. He whispered the same thing to me. Jackie, how can you forget that night? I know you felt it too. We're meant to be together, but if you were just using me, then I understand. The look in your eyes that night told me otherwise. Love, Pierre. I wasn't using you. Yes, I did feel something, and I still do. It just caused a major rift in my marriage. What we did was wrong. Yours, Jackie." Each letter drew more and more chuckles from the gallery. The prosecutor introduced a few more from Plealit. "Calm 5 days later, my sweetheart, if what we did was wrong, I never want to be right again. Please be mine alone. Love, Pierre. I might come to another autograph session. I can't promise anything, but I'm excited just thinking about it. Your sweetheart." A laugh and a snort made Jackie blush like a beat from Plealit. "Calm, I never meant to get involved in your marriage, but sometimes love makes you turn a blind eye when soulmates finally meet. What's going on with your marriage, my love? My husband took our kids on a week. I went on a long vacation to Orlando, and then I was left alone with them for another 2 weeks. At first, I was planning on filing for divorce just to get his attention, but now I feel like I have to see it through. Lo and behold, before he's even been served, he's filed for divorce and is petitioning the court for full custody. I'm sure the court will side with you. My attorney is concerned that Riley has documented my lack of involvement in parenting over the past year. I have a very responsible job, and he works from home. Let him keep those kids. I want you to have my children, Pierre. That's so sweet, but I love my kids. You can love our children. If he wins custody, you'll have limited visitation. Think about it. The sooner we get together, the sooner we can start a family. I'll think about it. Love." A murmur went up in the gallery. Many condemned Jackie for her willingness to even consider abandoning her children. A few blows of the gavel and the judge restored order. After a few more love messages were read aloud, they got to the main one from PLA. "Jackie, great news. I'll be doing a book signing at Elliott 80M. My new book is about our love. I'll have a special copy for you. Please tell me you're coming. I'm really hoping you'll come and stay with me for a night or perhaps forever. Love, Pierre." And I'm letting him have the kids more and more. "You and our kids will be the center of my love. I'll always love you." This got a big reaction from Jackie, with lots of groans and sobs from the audience. Many of them knew what happened at the book signing. Once the order was returned to court, I'd like to present the police report concerning Mrs. Jackie Parsons. At approximately 4, Jackie Parsons made her way to the front of the line, where Mr. Stanley Crowd was playing the role of Mr. Lacroix. When she tried to hug and kiss him, Mr. Crowd recoiled. But Jackie didn't take no for an answer. She became aggressive, and security was called to escort her away. She yelled that she and Pierre were soulmates and would Mrs. Crowd introduced herself and warned her in no uncertain terms to stay away from her husband. Mrs. Parsons broke free from the guard and attacked Mr. and Mrs. Crowd. She was arrested for these assaults. One more thing, Your Honor. Police were able to determine that the Pecora email account at Lit. The prosecution would like to call Mr. Stanley Crowd to the stand after the formalities are out of the way. Could you tell us whether you use the PLA email address at lit.com? I've never heard of it. Have you done any book signings at Eliot? Yes, it was my turn to be Pierre. You mean you acted as if you were Pierre Lacroix? That's right. There is no Pierre Lacroix. 4 of us take turns pretending to be Pierre. The book signing schedule is too intense for one person. If there's no Pierre, who writes the books? There's a never-changing cast of piece workers, mostly college students making a little money. Have you ever met Jackie Parsons? I didn't meet her until she attacked me. Were you the Pierre who signed books in University Park? That was Jack Quigley. No further questions. Jackie started sobbing, and from then on, the case against her moved forward quickly. She was found guilty at sentencing and ordered to perform 200 hours of community service and 2 years of probation. The worst part was how this affected her custody battle. She insisted that I was the one sending those emails, with no proof. This made Jackie look unstable and unhinged. The divorce court agreed. Jackie now has a SCH schedule of 2 weekends a month and alternating holidays. She is the one who pays child support. It seems like someone broke her spirit. She's a genuinely good person. Every time a new love novel by Pierre Lacroix comes out, I ask someone to sign it to my grad butterfly Love Pierre and then send it to Jackie at her office. She has a way with words.